what lessons have we, or have you, or should we have learned from like the global response to the coronavirus? This could be spiritual lessons, practical lessons, family lessons, could be any kind of lesson.
I think on a practical a practical sense, I think what we've learned is that regardless of what virus or disease or infliction or whatever is out there, this idea of social distancing, I mean, it's gonna, it's a created word. It's in our lexicon now.
That's right.
It's something that we now think about. And I never thought about it, but it is something that is never going to leave my mind. And I'm not like a germaphobe or anything. I should be, but I'm not. But yet I now think about how close people are to me and how close I am to someone else. And I was in Costco yesterday, and this guy was going so slow, and I couldn't pass him. And I found myself doing what I normally did, was I would be right on his back feet, and then it hit me. Why am I in such a hurry? Just slow up, let the guy, do whatever he's going to do. But on a practical sense, I think it has really come into our nature of being aware of our surroundings and where others are in relation physically to us. And I think that is a really good thing.
I think one of the lessons learned is don't take things for granted. Like before, we can just go out and enjoy the parks without worrying, like, what am I touching? We were talking earlier about like the gathering of believers in person. I think there is such unique that before we were able to, I want to go on vacation, let me go ahead and check where, and we were able to just go. Versus
right.
Now there's not really much liberty in doing so, because you need to really think it through. Besides, I think the airports are not right now as they used to be. So there is, I think, a lot of lessons learned in that aspect, and also to sit still, and remember that we are not in control. As much as I want to be in control, I'm not. And I can rest also in the fact that I know God knows everything. He's in control. He's good. And even on the midst of this, like, I can have our children home. I can hear what they are listening to, the music, the conversations, all of it. And I'm enjoying that part. I don't think we will have had this opportunity to be 24/7 with them. And so this is a unique opportunity. And I want to be mindful of that and, I don't know, take it all in.
I think both of you have families. So to any of those other singles out there who are alone, I'm actually a huge family person and I believe in it wholeheartedly, but we are away from them at the moment. So I just like to bring that aspect to it. Something that I've been on a journey towards learning is, while I was in and amongst havoc and chaotic politics, the Lord started working on my heart and telling me that I needed to start practicing rest. And I tried so many different ways to rest. And I felt like finally I had gotten to that point of, yeah, I can actually rest in and amongst hustle. And that's something that we no longer really have in this stage of life, in this season, is that need to constantly fill up our schedules. And I actually found myself at the beginning of this new kind of season, Corona crisis, trying to fill up my schedule with how can I better myself? What books should I be reading? What should I be learning? What should I be taking in? And the Lord, I started doing that actually, reading all these different types of books. And the Lord actually said, stop it. I was like, why? Why am I going to stop? He said, focus on the purpose. Focus on the future, what your promise is. What is it that you're supposed to be doing for the future right now? And I said, oh, okay. So he said, rest now, because once this is over, you're going to hit the ground running. And if you want to be prepared to run, you need to rest. And so I said, okay. So I stopped reading all these self-help books, all these books about politics and policy and whatever else. And I went back to what I needed to actually be studying. And it was quite bizarre for me, because it hit me one day. I was really internally struggling with that calm, because I'm used to everything outside externally go, and that pressure. But that once that was removed, I was like, how do I rest when things are calm? And one day, internally, I was just pent up, because I didn't know what else to do. I seek out that intensity, right? So I actually went, this is super vulnerable. I went and I laid in my bed. I pulled the covers over, and I actually just held on, and I looked up at the ceiling, and I just said, God, I really need some comfort right now. I really need you to just hold me. And I laid there for about 2 hours, and it went by just like that. And I just had this peace just wash over me. I don't even know how to really describe it, but it just filled me up. And I was like, okay. And so from there on out, I've just been, and that was about the first, at the end of probably the second week of quarantine. And it was just, it's been very interesting to understand that in both extremes, in hustle and in peace and calm, you can actually find that place of rest, but you do have to be still. So that's one lesson that I would love to encourage people with. If you want to know more, please reach out, because I love talking about it. I love to encourage others in it. And you don't have to be a Christian to find that place. But it is a fulfilling rest and calm, and even a joy that comes out of being able to just be still.